Okay, we just stepped into the garage. Home faces north. Basically, we're going to try, the plan is to move counterclockwise and end back up here. This is the downstairs. And right here we've got a nice place for an anchor bolt. And the way I read it, you're supposed to have 2 anchor bolts on any section, not one. I don't know how to really address that. Talk to the builder to find out what him and the code inspector have come to agree on about that. As far as we've gotten along here, because we're already putting up masonry, so I'm not seeing lintels. It's a metal bar, not seeing lintels. So we're going to be looking for lintels when we show up. We're going to need, well, for the final inspection, we're going to need to see some lintels. And along here, anchor bolts and anchor bolts. This is the grounding rods. This is good. Draft stopping. This is the electric service panel. And I'm just going to look at this here for a moment. It's pretty common. So, and there's no time like the present. I won't be able to tell much about this because, you know, it hasn't been installed. You see those screws right there? This panel is screwed in, and screws are faster and tighter. I get that. But I believe if you read the panel instructions, I believe it's supposed to be fastened with nails. Nails have much more shear strength. Much more shear strength. So, if this structure were to experience a tornado, for example, this panel would stand a much better chance of staying in place if it had been nailed rather than screwed. Just saying. Okay. Right here, we have a butt seam. A butt seam right there. And I'm not seeing any anchor bolts. There's supposed to be an anchor bolt. That's not an anchor bolt, that's a nail. It's supposed to be an anchor bolt within 12 inches. 12 inches of your butt ends. You need an anchor bolt there. Coming on along. I'm not seeing an anchor bolt. That's the first anchor bolt I'm seeing over here. Is that true? Again, I'm seeing some. Oh, there it is. I get carried away. Good for you, anchor bolt. See this panel? It's not required on all the interior walls, just the shear walls. The engineers designed this structure, and you know, so the house can withstand a certain amount of lateral wind force and seismic activity as well. Of course. So what we've got here is we've got 3 panels. Is that enough? Is that what's drawn on paper? We got 2 for the laundry and 3 in the garage on the south interior walls. And so this is a shear wall. So my understanding is that most likely it's required to have the panels. But I didn't draw this. I'm not an engineer. So we want to have some discussion with the builder about that. And then over here on the plumbing, see the nailing strip right there? See the piping behind there? See that that red, that's PEX. That's uninsulated piping. And I can see the edge of another piece of piping. So right here, and this is a soffit. You see the light coming through? That's the air just coming through. Unconditioned air right from the exterior. Just blowing down on that. And then what's this held in place with? That's a nailing plate. What are they made out of? Metal. What's metal? A conductor. So that metal is just that's gonna freeze. I'm not saying it's gonna freeze, but it's gonna freeze. That should have been done better. Where am I at? Get my... The PEX is not insulated behind the nailing plate above the water heater on the garage west wall. Where do our storms come from? The northwest. Come from the northwest? Yeah. Boy. This might be 2 videos. I'm running out of battery and my phone's ringing. So we're coming along here. Just hang on. Good home, this is Bud. Coming along here and right in here. This is an interior wall. It doesn't require anchor bolts. You can just nail that. This is underneath the stairs. We're underneath the stairs now. This is the framing and the bracing. These are the hangers. Gotta look at the hangers. What do we have here? Ah! Wait a minute. Let's get a flashlight on this. Hiding. Is it what I think it is? Nope. It's not what I think it is. It's a good thing. Alright, I was getting anxious. I thought I saw something. What I thought I saw is I thought I saw screws. And what I see is that these nails now have their pennies, the sizes stamped on them. So I thought that was but it's not. It's a nail. That's good. That's good. Don't mind saying good things. Good things need to be said every once in a while. We can find them. Alright. Coming on along. This is the smoke alarm box right there. Probably smoke carbon monoxide. Moving on along, and this is the owner's suite. That's the politically correct term that we use today, the owner's suite. You thought this was the master bedroom? You're wrong. Owner's suite. And moving on along, this is the vanity. Nailing plates, nailing plates. Now see this piping right here? It's closer than 1.5 inches. Closer than 1.5 inches to the edge of the board. This is where they're nailing. That's where they're nailing. You think a nail's going to pop your, going to hurt that? I do. I think we need a nailing plate here. It wouldn't hurt because this box is not 1.5 inches away from the edge either. In fact, I'm going to start paying a little more attention to those. Coming down here, is that closer than 1.5 inches to the edge? We need a nailing plate here. Anywhere you see this pink paint, that's me. That's me. Coming along. Is that 1.5 inches away from the wall? I don't think it is. We need a nailing plate here. Alright. Coming along. Is that 1.5 inches? Oh man, that's close. No, it's not 1.5 inches. We need a nailing plate here. Sorry. Sorry about needing a nailing plate. Oh man, hope it doesn't ruin somebody's day. Coming on along, this is where we picked up. We were in here and we saw these anchor bolts. There's that anchor bolt. Okay, is that 6 feet to an anchor bolt? Huh? I'm just not seeing one. From here to here, we need 6 feet. Anchor bolt here. Now that's not 6 feet, but neither is that. And nobody's going to get in here, right? Nobody's going to get in here to put an anchor bolt. You know what I'm not seeing? Look at that. I can't see around corners. I'm seeing nails, 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 nails. What are you supposed to have within 12 inches of the end? Oh, you're supposed to have one of those anchor bolts. And since we don't have, I can't see any anchor bolts out there. I think I'd just put it, if it were me, I'd put it right there. Or you could put one right here and then put one over there. Can somebody get in there and do an anchor bolt? Let's try. You'd be glad you did. You never know. Unless a tornado blew this house away. Then you'd know it. 12 inches? Is that 12 inches? No, that's not 12 inches. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting carried away. Maybe I'm getting carried away. Let's check it out. Set you out. Alright. Does code say 24 inches? No! Code says 12 inches. That's what you're supposed to have. I'm sorry. Everybody cries. Put one right there. It's a little closer to the edge. You have one right over here, so you kind of want to separate it. You could put one right there. Put one right there. You could. Along. See what else we have here. I'm trapped. Okay, so if we put one there, we have one right there. That's within 6 feet. Within 6 feet. Within 12 inches. That's within 12 inches. We're looking good. Looking good till we get to the windows. All these windows like that. Move around a little bit. Oh man, that is awful tight. That is just like no. See, this is called pan flashing. And the flashing comes through the window fenestration and wraps in and wraps up the side like that. See that? Like a pan. Is that pan flashing? No, it doesn't look like pan flashing to me. Talk to the code inspector about it. You don't have to believe me. Say, hey, code inspector, while you're over here, they'll talk to you. The code inspectors will talk to you. There's no offense on them. I mean, they got so much to do in such a little amount of time. There's no way they can beat every